One can't deny the impact the Honda Civic has in Philippine car culture. Now we're talking about the EK, the FD, the FC, or even the ES. How would history see the 10th generation Honda Civic or the FC? What's going on, guys? Roy Robles here from Zigwheels.Ph, and today we'll be taking a deeper dive into the 10th gen Honda Civic FC.
Cool vibrations.
For starters, this top-of-the-line RS model in this sick rally red color truly stands out from the pack even after 5 years since its introduction. The 10th generation Honda Civic has to be one of the most resilient compact sedans in the Philippine market. With the market shifting towards affordable crossover SUVs and subcompact sedans and hatchbacks, the Civic has remained a consistent bestseller for Honda in the Philippines. The front end features a huge piano black wing with the iconic Honda badge flanked by full LED headlamps, while the lower grille also gets piano black inserts with LED fog lamps. Really undeniable that you're getting the top of the line spec with the RS model, because only on the RS model will you be getting this nice piano black grille and that unmistakable RS badge. The showstopper of the side profile has got to be those chunky 18x8 machined two-toned alloy wheels with chunky 235/40Z R18 Michelin Pilot Sports. These babies not only look amazing, but really grab the road hard, like a gym rat in pizza on cheat days. Few features that I find a bit quirky and out of place in the Honda Civic side profile are those chrome door handles and that chrome strip on top of the side windows, but at least it makes up with this nice particular detail down here, an amber lighting in the cheeks. I know particular Honda Civic fans out there, Honda Civic tuners, actually hack those side turn signals and then make it light all the time, but Honda Civic has it right there. What do you think? Leave us a comment in the comment section down below if you appreciate that particular design detail. When it was first introduced in 2016, this faux coupe styling was unique and blew all Honda fans' collective minds. Paired with sharp character lines on the door, I can't blame you if you believe the sedan version of the Civic is even more appealing than the hatchback version, which we never received. Well, except for the Type R, which is a completely different animal altogether. To this day, 5 years later, you can't help but wonder in amazement at the refined design language that the 10th gen Honda Civic holds. To be totally honest, the 10th generation Honda Civic's best feature has got to be that rear end. Implementing full LEDs on this tasteful spoiler and the distinction of having really memorable crab claw tail lamps and dual exhausts lets everyone on the road know that they've just been overtaken by a turbocharged Civic. A turbo Civic! What a time to be alive! Now, for those who don't know, the Honda Civic doesn't only look good, it's practical too. One trick it has under its sleeve is this remote control latch for the rear hatch. We got it right here. You got 519 liters of space, good enough for all your bags or whatever you need. But if you need more space for taller items, you can just pull these levers right here, pull the seats down, and the rear seats fold flat, giving you more space for your taller items. Again, the Honda Civic doesn't only look good, it's practical too. Being someone who owns an older Honda Civic, I was quite taken aback at the level of refinement and craftsmanship the 10th gen offers. You got a digital speedometer and a rather sporty looking gauge cluster, fancy aluminum sports pedals, 8-way power adjustable driver seats, leather seats with sporty design accents, 6 speakers, dual zone automatic climate control, and the 7-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with a volume knob. Volume knobs. Now, the reason I was finicky about that volume knob right there, when it was first released in 2016, they actually omitted that volume knob in place with capacitive sliders. Now, those capacitive sliders are just plain old finicky and unresponsive and just plain old dangerous. I was part of that crew with their pitchforks and torches right in front of Honda's offices, asking them to replace that slider with an actual volume knob. And then a few years later, they gave us that volume knob. All that sweet physical tactile action. Space in the back is quite adequate with commendable knee room and headroom, but I lament the fact that it doesn't have a flat floor limiting feet room if you plan on bringing 3 passengers in the back. You do get a nice tumbling center armrest for your drink, though, which provides that Honda isn't just about the driver. You know, man maximum, machine minimum philosophy still has their hands all over this design. One thing that I appreciate about Honda's design language and their engineers is that they know how to place all these things there, and all these design details are actually there for a reason. You got your USB port right underneath this center console up front of the shifter column, and it's right under there. It has these nice cable tethers for you to put in your cables there. You don't have your cables flying out and about there. I don't like my USB ports up front, although they're quite useful. You'll have your cables fraying about everywhere, but in this here, the Honda Civic 10th Gen, the engineers definitely has it right on pat. Now you also have this sliding center armrest. The first time I saw this in 2016, it was quite amazing because you won't be able to open the center armrest if you have it in the forward position. Everything is in the right place, and Honda's engineers know exactly how to neatly tuck everything in place. I guess there's a little bit of OCD when it comes to their designs, but yeah, that's something that I really appreciate with it. Before we begin our driving impressions, I want to show you something about the engine bay here. Now, for the 10th Gen Honda Civic, this is the first time that the Philippine market received a turbocharged VTEC engine. Under the hood, you get a 1.5-liter dual overhead cam engine that's turbocharged, by the way, and it makes 170 horsepower and 220 Nm of torque. That engine is augmented by that Mitsubishi Heavy Industries TD025 small single-scroll turbocharger that gives it all that power and torque that you need. Now, you might be thinking, why give a small engine a small turbo? Well, actually, if you give a small engine a small turbocharger, it gives that ability to gives all that power down below the rev range. So right around 1,500 to 4,000 RPM, that's your sweet spot. So you don't actually need all that power up top, especially if you're driving in the city. I want to stop being all technical and giving you all these numbers. I want to show you exactly how this 10th Gen Honda Civic drives. You can consider if you still want to get this amazing car. All right, so driving off in the Honda Civic 1.5 RS, you can definitely feel the small turbocharger working with that small displacement. Power is, I'd like to say, abrupt. There's you no longer will be having that VTEC changeover when you reach a particular RPM there. So yeah, it's smooth out there. The power's definitely smooth out, and you can feel the Honda Civic advancing as you hit that accelerator pedal. Handling is just as important as power when you drive, you know, your sedans. The Honda Civic has McPherson struts up front and a multi-link suspension in the rear. But because of those large wheels, those 18-inch wheels with 235/40Z R18 tires, road feel is definitely there. But you can get good NVH levels inside. Outside noise is still kept at a minimum in the Honda Civic thanks to the suspension setup. 40 series tires is definitely not suited for comfort. I see the Honda Civic RS as an everyday car that if you like to head over to the track, you can definitely use that and still bring your kids along, maybe. But yes, the Honda Civic has always been catered towards, you know, the sportier fans of sedans. Now, steering is light, and it's reminiscent of past Honda Civics. It's light in a way that the electronic power steering is catered for more direct feel and more road feel. For those who drive Honda Civics in the past, you definitely will feel at home here. You won't be doing any of those one-finger steering on the Civic because it's still pretty heavy, but it's comfortable and steering is definitely accurate and direct. So when you talk about power, the Honda Civic definitely has that in spades when compared to other family sedans that are available in the market today. Again, you got 170 horsepower and 220 Nm of torque under the hood. And get this, 0 to 100 comes in at 6.7 seconds. That's crazy. Imagine bringing the wife and kids along in this car. You say, yeah, it's just a normal car. No, nothing sporty about it. But of course, that rally red color betrays that fact. And once you get this up to speed, forget it. This could probably be one of the fastest family sedans out in the market today, below 2 million pesos. Now, fuel economy has always been a Civic strong suit, right? But this is the first time that the Honda Civic has a turbocharged VTEC engine in the market. So how does it feel? So you got the power, but the fuel economy is definitely there. 7 to 8 kilometers per liter in the city, easy. You can achieve that without even thinking about being economical. And once in the highway, I was able to get 16. That's right, guys, 16 kilometers per liter in the highway. And I wasn't even thinking about driving this economically at all. I even didn't click on the econ button right here. Speaking of the econ button, it has a couple of drive modes. Send it to S, and it's going to stick to red line until you shift it up or shift it down. But if you head into econ mode, it'll be a bit economical, to say the least, but you can still feel the power. I even forgot that I was still in econ mode while I sent it, and it's still faster than my early 2000 Civic. So there you go. Pricing for the Honda Civic starts at 1,115,000 pesos for the entry-level S model. That S model has the carryover 1.8 liter R18 engine. It's an SOHC engine that was in the previous Civics. The first time we saw that is in the FD. So you get the basics. You don't even have the color touchscreen. You don't even have the colored gauge clusters. And yeah, it's pretty bare bones. If you want to get DRLs, the push start engine, and the remote control entry, you'd have to fork over an extra 73,000 pesos for the mid-range E model. Now, if you want to go for the full-fat Civic version, apart from the Type R, you'll have to spend 1.615 million pesos. That's right. This car is worth 1,615,000 pesos, which might be eye-watering for some people, considering the specs that you'd be getting. 18-inch tires, the RS wing, the blacked out trim, and of course, that 1.5 liter turbocharged VTEC engine. I definitely say it's worth it. When it comes to safety, the lack of Honda Sensing, the brand's suite of safety, active and passive driving assist and safety features is quite glaring. You still get the standard airbags, 6 of them in fact, ABS with EBD, hill start assist, stability control, child lock, immobilizers, ISOFIX anchors, a reverse camera, and of course 3-point seat belts with all passengers. But at this price point, I was hoping Honda Sensing would make an appearance. Now the sun is definitely setting on the 10th generation Honda Civic, and a new model is on the horizon. But just like a soulmate, after all these years, it's still quite alluring and quite nice, in fact, if you look at it in the overall package. Now, only time will tell and only history will say if the 10th generation Honda Civic, the Civic FC, will sit on the pantheon of iconic and legendary Civic models. So what do you think? Leave us a comment in the comment section down below if you find the Honda Civic FC, the 10th generation, your next Honda Civic. So there you have it, folks, another one in the books. Watch out for more episodes, for more car-related videos and reviews on our channel. Give us a like if you love this video, and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification icon if you want to get alerted for more videos in the future. Once again, Roy Robles here from Zigwheels.Ph, and I'll see you guys next time.